you ain't with it, then get up the block. Crack your fucking head, leave a husky knot. We ain't all about love, nigga. You looking at ex-gang members, ex-convicts, and ex-drug dealers. Everything is a balance with us. When the teacher speaking, it's a silence with us. Cause we real soldiers for your Howard Shah. Other false gods don't want no challenge with us. Islam and Christianity is the biggest drug.
Alright, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. That's the Most High God of Israel and Israel only. In the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Right? Yo, man with that big old dog over there. Yo, guy. Huzzah. Yeah. What's going on, man? How you doing? We can lace you up on anything you want to know about that jacket right there, man. What's going on? Yeah, man, what's going on with you? Okay, cool. What do you have a question on? Right and wrong about what? You want to know what we're talking about? About Jesus. Okay, cool. You believe in God? And you believe in Jesus, right? If say my brother right here, right? I love my brother. My brother right here gets stabbed by somebody. Would I wear a knife around my neck to remember my brother? I would? Okay, I mean, see, that's... I'll disagree with that because I don't agree that. I might as well... Huh? But what is a knife? You know what I mean? The thing that killed him. Why would I wear that? Okay, cool. Let's talk about this then, man. Jesus, right? You know the Bible? This ain't Jesus right here? Who is this guy then? I want to know what you know about this image. Do you know who this man is though? Because this was an actual man that lived. I don't think at all that Jesus looked like this. We're made in His image? Do you look like Him? Do you look like us? Yeah? I think you look more like this guy right here, man. And I'll tell you about who this guy is though. How are you going to say you want to know about it, but you don't even want to hear it, man? This man right here is Caesar Borgia, right? That is the devil.
Right.
And the thing is that's your brother right there, man. And exactly, and you are too. All right, let's go into this, man. Hey, there you go, man. Hey, man, the devil condemns himself, man. Let me see. Going to Baruch 3:8, man. Because last week, right? I'm gonna touch on the topic we had, right? Because last week we were going into it was the whole Juneteenth thing, right? People talking about they're free, this and that, right? Something that our oppressors gave us. Quick to give the Asian man their anti-hate bill, but talking about 400 years, we haven't got no reparations. The thing that they gave us a so-called holiday, right? But then the next month you guys are gonna go and do what? Celebrate July 4th, celebrating the country that enslaved you guys, that gave you guys a holiday instead of your reparations, right?
Right.
So let's go into Baruch 3:8, man.
Go ahead. Oh, you got Baruch. Select it. Go ahead.
This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
Even today, man, we're yet this day in our captivity. How do we know that even fits today, right?
Go ahead.
Where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse.
Right, we're a reproach and a curse on these streets, man. You see our people on the side of the streets there asking for money. What does the so-called white man do? What's the so-called Asian man do? What do all these other nations do? You look away from our people. You don't try to help our people, right?
And to be subject to payments.
And even if they weren't on here, man, everything about this country is set up against you, right? Everybody else who comes up on here is raised by mommy and daddy's money. Where's mommy and daddy's money for us, man? This is our country. How do you come from the other side of the world and still be set up so high about over the indigenous people of this land? That makes no sense, right? And even I also saw this post earlier talking about how are you gonna come over here, be in this country, be mad that people are speaking another language, right? I see so-called white people hating on Latinos because we speak Spanish, right? Speaking another language that isn't on here. Were we speaking Spanish at first? No. The so-called white man came over here and gave us that language, gave us that Spaniard bastardized language, man.
Right.
Right? Is that same man who's talking about he loves Jesus trying to sell you drugs? That same man who talking about he loves Jesus trying to sell you cigarettes? What is that? Dog food? Look, man, everything your people cook is dog food, man.
Right.
Let me see, keep going, bro.
On the front top?
Yeah.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments.
And that's still this day, man. Yo, bro, do you want me to, I want to talk about Jesus with you. That's the thing, right? What again? Of course. That's what it says, right? I mean, if he was here, who am I to say? I'm going to show you something what Jesus is going to do, right? Okay, see, there you go, man. You don't care, man. All right, give me that Nahum, man.
This is the book of Nahum, chapter 1 and verse 2.
Huh? Am I Italian? The Italian guy is that guy and you, right? That guy's Italian.
Yeah, he is.
And you don't even know who he is. You don't even know who he is. What's this guy's name? This man right here on this image is not Jesus Christ. It's not what Jesus Christ looked like ever. Huh?
Back up. Look, back up, bro.
I'll tell you this much, man. Every man that you see up here is not scared at all. Listen. Yo, guy, hold on. Listen. The people who are standing up here telling you to talk to us, listen. Why don't you talk to the person who's talking to you? You're scared. You know why? Because you're not addressing the man talking to you, right? Oh my God, bro. That's what's wrong with white people, bro. That's white people, man. And you know what he's gonna do as soon as we do something? He's gonna go cry to the police. That's what he's gonna go do. That's what they do, man. See, man, look, here. Check this out, man. Listen, that man ain't about anything, and it's not worth anything at all. He doesn't even want to talk, bro. And what again?
The devil came out.
Yeah, that's right.
Say it louder.
You know what?
What again, bro? What again?
What you call him, a nigga, right? You called him a nigga,
And you
right?
see, and that's the thing. From the beginning, talking about Jesus ain't like that. Jesus isn't that. But look, here he comes in calling us niggas, right? And that's every single white man over here, bro. The white man is not your friend. Give him one set of pressure, and that's what's gonna happen. Even these people right here that have been standing right there can vouch for that, man. Right. I can talk to any white person at first. They can talk about they're cool, we're friends, this and that, but let anything happen, and that's what they are, right? That's what the so-called white man is, man. Give me that, bro.
This is the book of Nahum, chapter 1 and verse 2. Yahweh is jealous.
Yahweh is angry. Why is the Most High God angry?
And the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious.
Hold on. Read that again, bro.
Yahweh is jealous.
The Most High God of the Bible is angry.
Why?
And the Lord revengeth.
The Lord is gonna revenge, man. I don't gotta lay a finger on this man. Why? Because there's gonna come a time and place for everything, man. And there's gonna come a time and place where these people like this, the people who oppress everybody else, who think they are bigger and better than anybody, but everything about them is deficient, man. His hair is deficient. His face is, look at his skin color, man. Everything about these people is, God is against them, man.
Right.
Read that verse one more time, bro.
Yahweh is jealous.
Just as, man, if we're made in his image, and you know what I mean, and we're nothing compared to God, man. If we're made in God's image, and says that God is angry, and this is how much the so-called white man pisses us off, imagine how much more pissed off the Most High God is, man.
Right.
Yahweh is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he revengeth wrath for his enemies. The Lord is slow to anger.
The Lord is slow to anger, man. How many hundreds of years have we gone through this, and we're still waiting on the Most High? Give me that in Psalms 79, though. This is the thing, man. It all has its time and place for everything, right?
The Lord is slow to anger and great in power.
Great in power, man. Go ahead.
And will not at all acquit the wicked.
Man, that man can sit here and call us anything that he wants, but at the end of the day, man, he's gonna get what's coming. ¿Cómo estás, man? ¿Cómo estás? God bless you too, man. How you doing? Good.
God bless you. I know the Lord Jesus.
Do you? Yeah. Okay. All praises, man. Can we talk about the Most High and Jesus?
Well,
You got time, man. You got nothing else to do, man.
I have to catch a train, but I'll spare a little more.
Okay. All praises, man. Where are you from, bro?
I'm from Hawaii.
Hawaii. Is that your nationality? You're
No, I'm Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican. Okay, man. All praises. Y'all, what's up, man? The head tribe. Do you know at all? What do you know about the 12 tribes of Israel?
Israel, Israel, his name is
Right. Uh-huh. We're fighting angels, right? You believe it was Jesus Christ? Okay, I mean, it doesn't say that on there, but okay. Uh-huh. Do you know, my question is this, right? And the thing is that it doesn't say it was Jesus, right? But this is the thing, he fought an angel and he got his name changed to Israel, right? That man, Israel, had 12 sons, right? Or the 12 tribes came out of this man, right? And from those 12 tribes, it was set up that all these promises were going to be for the 12 tribes, right? Do you know who those 12 tribes are today, right now, on the earth? Because everybody, if we believe in the Bible, you have to descend from somebody in the Bible, right? Your forefathers were a certain nation in the Bible, right? Because there's I believe there's more than 20 different nations, right? It's the Israelites, the Canaanites, the Amorites, all these other things. Who are the Puerto Ricans? Who are the Taínos, right? Taíno, no?
Yes. The Taínos come from Japheth.
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 Japheth. Here, give me Genesis 10 in the blue letter Bible.
How do you prove that?
Huh?
How do you prove that?
Yeah.
Because
And I'll show you who those people are.
Japheth in the blue letter Bible.
Genesis 10.
Where's that? Is that in the Bible?
We'll go in there. Is there, okay, Puerto Rico's the island, right?
Yes.
Which island though? Which islands, you're saying that little island Puerto Rico, but even though there's thousands of other islands, Micronesian islands, how are you so sure that it's Puerto Rico instead of these other islands? Because I'm gonna show you right now in the Bible. Every island in the world is Japheth. That's kind of crazy. Okay.
Wait a minute, hold on. What about the islands off the coast of Africa?
That is belonging to the forefather of man.
So those are Japhites, right? So your ideology comes crumbling down.
Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Uh-huh.
Now all three of Noah's sons, that's where the nations live.
Of course, we agree. But how can you single out every single island to Japhites when you just admitted that the islands off the coast of Africa are Hamites? That kind of puts a hole in the argument, right?
No, Ham is the forefather of the African continent.
That's not true. That's not true. It's in the Word. Is Africa in the Bible?
It's different from.
It's
the
different
name is
because-
different because the Bible was written at
Okay,
that time.
great.
Now, the African is pronounced that. This day and age.
Well, that's a made-up term. Actually, that's not the original name of that land. What, Africa? It's a Hebrew word first and foremost. It's what was it? Give me Genesis. Get Genesis 10. It's named after Ephraimite, Ifar. You know what that is in the Bible? I agree with that, but I'm saying though that.
That's all I have to say.
Okay, cool. But I just want to disprove that you're a Japheth. That's not true. You're an Israelite. You come from Jacob, and we can prove it. You know they found over 800 Hebrew artifacts on the island of Puerto Rico, right? Because the Taínos are Hebrews, Hebrew Israelites. Absolutely. Because do you believe in what, like the Pangea?
I've heard of it.
Do you believe that's true though? Do you believe every land was all in place and then it broke apart? Because it says that in the Bible too. After the flood, the land got broken up. We can get that. Give me that. Give me Genesis 9.
For the language?
Hey, you ever heard of the gente in Puerto Rico they call it Jíbaro?
Yeah.
What does that word sound like?
I know. Yeah.
Right? Los Jíbaro goes back to what? Hebrew, right?
That rings a bell. Because I did, you learn something new.
Exactly. So la gente, los Jíbaros are Hebrew.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Genesis. Give me Genesis 10:25 and give me the Hebrew for that word. Let's read this verse real quick, and we're gonna prove that the Pangea, which is one landmass, was broken up after the flood. Read.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 10 and verse 25. And unto Eber were born.
Eber is what? A son of Shem. Read.
were born 2 sons. The name of one was Peleg.
Peleg, read.
For in his day
Or in his days, what happened?
was the earth divided.
Was the earth divided? What does that sound like? Does that sound like continents being split apart and separated? So how is the earth divided? The earth is the ground, right? Read it again.
And unto Eber were born 2 sons. The name of one was Peleg. For in his days was the earth divided.
Was the earth divided? What does the earth divided mean? And this how I'm going to disprove that point about Japheth. I'm leading up to that, so I still want to harp on that as well. I'm going to disprove that based on this information. So how was the earth divided in his days?
Different races.
Wait a minute. That's what happened in the next chapter. Chapter 11. Yeah. You want to read that? He gonna get it. He gonna get it. Read.
So this is a Hebrew word, pelag or peleg, which means division, right? Division. And also, and this is not only talking about people, because right here the Hebrew word eretz or aratiza, which means earth, land.
The earth was divided. So that's when the continents were first developed. After the flood, Genesis 9 was a flood. They got off the boat. They started populating the earth. One of Shem's son was born, and that's when the Most High divided the earth into continents. That's what it says right here in the Bible. And give me the Hebrew for his name. The Hebrew word for Peleg in Hebrew literally means something specific. Go ahead.
It's Hebrew word H3689, which is division.
Vision. Peleg, that's his name. Read.
I'm going to the root word. Oh, the root word is pretty much the same, or channel or canal, but the word Peleg means division. Watch this. The Strong's definition, Peleg, earthquake, or Peleg.
Earthquake. That means an earthquake. You know what happens in an earthquake, right? The earth shifts and it splits apart. That's what happened literally after the flood came. After it populated earth. But give me Genesis 11 real quick, and give me Hosea 9 and like 12. Read.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 11 and verse 1. And the whole earth was of one language.
The whole earth was one language.
And of one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar.
Shinar, Babylon, which is Iraq today. Read.
And they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven.
The Tower of Babel, right? Read.
And let us make a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the
Wait a minute. Read that again. Read that verse again.
And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven.
Go ahead.
And let us make us a name,
Why?
lest we be scattered abroad.
Wait a minute. Read that slow.
Lest we be scattered abroad.
So when did Japheth get scattered to the islands? Because they weren't scattered at this point.
No.
This is after they populated the earth. So when did they get scattered? When did they populate the islands? How far after this?
After the flood.
This is after the flood. But this is before they got scattered. So they were trying to build the Tower of Babel as a whole unit, right?
The Tower of Babel was built, or trying to build,
Well, they did build it, but go ahead.
and got stopped. Use the language.
We're going to read that, yep. But that's the point I wanted to make. Go ahead.
And when God said, build me an ark, that was after the Tower of Babel.
What are you talking about? Wait a minute. You said this is after the flood, right? The ark was built way before this. 2 chapters earlier.
Right.
You're getting your timeline confused, sir. What's your name? You want the Bible? Give him the Bible. Because the flood happened in Genesis 9. We're in Genesis 11, sir. This is Genesis 11. That's what we're talking about. So you're saying Japheth was scattered after the languages were confounded. We can agree to that, but this is what I don't agree with. That they went to every single island that was on the planet. That doesn't make any sense. Because, what's that? Yeah, the son of Japheth as well. And Japheth then went to what? Eastern Europe.
Right.
So the Japhites populated Europe. That was their first homeland. They didn't go to all the islands at first. That doesn't make any sense. I want to know where the Japhites went to all the islands. And where's that in the Bible? What you got? What you got first? Give me Deuteronomy 33. What you got there? Let's read this.
This is Deuteronomy 33 and 17. His glory is like the first.
Start up. Start. Where is it at? Oh, start at 13.
Deuteronomy 33 and 13. And Joseph, he said, blessed of the Lord be his land, for the precious things of heaven, for the dew, and for the deep that coucheth beneath.
Talking about the land and the water. This is future prophecy of Joseph, who are the Ephraimites and the Manassites. We're calling you of the tribe of Ephraim. You'll be a Ephraimite, a Puerto Rican modern terms. Just like Africa is a modern term, the Hamites, quote unquote, that you said were the quote unquote populators of Africa. You be the first Taino Indian in reference to coming over here on the land. But we're gonna get to that. What you looking for before I begin? You looking for something? Yeah, it's talking about the lineages.
Yeah, the lineage.
Okay.
And the sons of Japheth, Gomar, Magog, Madai, and Japheth.
Okay.
Tubal, and Meshach.
Where you at?
The sons of Gomar.
No, get Isaiah 11 after this.
So I go by the Book of Chronicles.
Okay. I understand. We're talking about the islands, though. Where does it say the Japhites were going to populate islands only? Or at least all the islands? 11 and 11. Start at 10. Keep reading that. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And for the precious fruits brought forth by the sun, and for the precious things put forth by the moon, and for the chief things of the ancient mountains, and for the precious things of the lasting hills, and for the precious things of the earth and fullness thereof, and for the good will of him that dwelleth in the bush. Let the blessings come upon the head of Joseph.
Blessings come on the head of Joseph, which is be your tribe, the Ephraimites. We're going to prove it in a second. Read.
And upon the top of the head of him that was separated from his brethren.
Read.
His glory is like the firstling of his bullock, and his horns are like the horns of a unicorn.
Talking about his strength, his power. Read.
And with them he shall push the people together to the ends of the earth.
What does this mean? Read it again.
And with them he shall push the people together to the ends of the earth.
Ephraim is the head tribe of the northern kingdom. He's going to push the people, the rest of the 10 tribes, to the ends of the earth. What does that mean? That's what he did? Where'd they go? Where'd they come from? What's the ends of the earth? From Israel, what's the ends of the earth? All over the earth? We're gonna get there. Go ahead.
But I gotta go.
Well, we're gonna keep proving this, but if you have any questions, there's information on that flyer.
Yeah.
What's your name, you said?
Japheth.
Your name's not Japheth.
Yes, it is.
Your real name is Japheth.
Yes. You want an ID?
I mean, listen, that's a so hold on.
Japheth. Carmelo Castro. Okay?
Oh wow, that's interesting. So is that why you believe you're from Japheth as well? What's that?
I'm a Christian. I live in our God.
I believe it. Hey man.
You said your name is not Japheth. Hello?
Hey, all praise to the Most High. You don't come from Japheth though. You come from Shem through the line of Jacob. You're an Israelite, man. Repent, keep the laws of God.
I know what you mean. I know. Yes.
What's that?
Yes. Yes.
You got to keep the laws, right?
No.
Wait a minute. What?
We live by grace.
You live by grace?
Yeah.
What do you need grace from?
From the Lord Jesus Christ of Nazareth, who shed his blood on Calvary's cross.
But what do you need grace from them? If he already shed his blood for your sins, what do you need grace from? But why though? He already died for your sins.
Because this sinful nature is not good.
You have a sinful nature, right?
Yes.
In your flesh.
Yes.
So what's going to stop you from sinning?
The Holy Spirit. That
Give me 1 Timothy. What's that? Faith in Jesus? That's what you said, right? The Holy Spirit? Okay, that's true. But do you have to, what are your works you have to do in that? You have to do faith and works, right? Faith without works is dead. What are the works you have to do?
He that knoweth,
I understand.
doeth not.
Okay. But what are the works though? Because James talks about works as well. Faith without works is dead. What are the works that you have to perform? You don't know? It escapes you?
Yeah.
You don't know about the works? All right. Go ahead.
This is James 2:18. Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works.
Galatians 3 and 5. Let me read this last one. Or this one and the last one. Read.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 1 and verse 8. But we know that the law is good.
The law is good. Read.
If a man use it lawfully.
Read on.
Knowing this, that the law is not made for the righteous man.
The law is not made for the righteous man. Are you righteous, Japheth? You can't be righteous if you have a sinful nature. So are you righteous? So you're righteous. You just say you have a sinful nature, right? Can you have a sinful nature and be righteous at the same time? I understand. But how do you... Go ahead.
I put my thought and purpose together.
To what? To what?
In the Spirit of God.
Give me Romans. Romans 6. Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's see what Paul says.
Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient,
Read.
for the ungodly and for sinners.
For sinners. He said he has a sinful nature. The law is made for that man. Yeah, he's supposed to keep the law. Read.
For unholy and profane, for murderers and fathers of murderers,
Go ahead.
of mothers and for manslayers,
Read.
for whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind, for man-stealers,
Go ahead.
for liars,
Read.
for perjured persons. And if there be any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine,
Anything that's doing this as sinful, contrary to sound doctrine was the laws of God. Read.
according to the glorious gospel of the blessed God, which was committed to my trust. And I thank Christ.
That's all I wanted. So if he's saying he has a sinful nature and he has grace, I'm like, what did he need grace from? Then he talks about his sinful flesh. Okay, I understand that. You can be in your sinful flesh and still keep the law because you don't want to sin willfully. If I asked him if he sinned willfully, he probably would say no, but at the same time, he doesn't keep the law. That's how it works. What you got? Yeah, where you at? All right, look at Galatians 3 and 5 real quick. Go ahead.
Galatians 3 and 5. Here, he therefore that ministereth to you the Spirit and worketh miracles among you, doth he it by the works of the law?
Works of the law, that's the works. The works of the law is how you prove your works. Read.
Or by the hearing of faith?
So in this reference, Paul was saying, okay, people are trying to boast themselves in law in Galatia instead of having the faith in who the world calls Christ, so Mount Yahushua. But our objective is to say, hey, you gotta have faith and works. You can't have all works and have no faith in the Messiah who died for the nation of Israel's sins. But give me that Romans 6 and I think it's 14.
Romans 6 and 14. For sin shall not have dominion over you.
Sin shouldn't have dominion over Japheth. The Ephraimite named Japheth, read.
For ye are not under the law, but under grace.
Not under law, but under grace. That's what he's talking about. Read.
What then? Shall we sin?
Shall we sin? Shall we be have an excuse in our sinful flesh? Read.
Because we are not under the law, but under grace?
Go ahead.
God forbid.
God forbid. You're not supposed to have an excuse and just be a sinner. Read.
For ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants you are to whom you obey.
You're going to be a servant of sin or a servant of being righteous. Read.
Whether of sin unto death,
Read.
or of obedience unto righteousness.
Obedience unto righteousness. Obedience to what? What is Paul talking about being obedience to? It can't be obedience to grace. That doesn't make any sense. It's talking about being obedient to the laws of God, man. Read.
But God be thanked that ye were the servant of sin,
Read.
but ye have obeyed from the heart
You obey from the heart. Read. Being circumcision of the heart. Go ahead.
that form of doctrine which was delivered you.
Read.
Being that made free from sin, ye become servants of
Go
righteousness.
ahead.
I speak after the manner of men because of the infirmity of your flesh.
The infirmity of your flesh, the affliction of your flesh. Go ahead. What's going on, brother? Do you speak Spanish? Okay, I'll let Zach go ahead for this. Read.
For as ye have yielded your members servants to uncleanness and to iniquity unto iniquity, even so now yield your members servants to righteousness unto holiness.
Japheth was making an excuse, saying, "Oh, I'm not for flesh." But Paul simply says here, "Don't yield your members unto wickedness, man, unto sin." So what do you have to do to offset that? Keep the obedience to the laws of God. Period. Circumcise your heart, how it says in Romans, the 2nd chapter, and then move forward from there with grace and have faith in the Mashiach Yahushua.